Alright, in this video, I'm going to break down the top 5 best cities and neighborhoods to live in down here in Orlando, Florida. We're going to go over the average home price, walkability, amenities in the local area, and much, much more. So stick around because I'm going to go over in depth on these 5 so you have a better understanding of what you should be looking for when you decide to move down to Orlando, or if you're looking to move into a new home here in Orlando, Florida. Once again, my name is Gianni Almeida with Buying Orlando, Florida, the #1 relocation agent here in Orlando. And I love getting the calls, emails, and text messages of people moving to Orlando from different countries, different states, and even here locally. So be sure to reach out. All of my contact information is in the description down below. Now, let's get into it. So to kick it off, Oviedo and its neighbor Winter Springs up in Seminole County has to be number 5 on my list. This is a family living country. The heart of it is in Oviedo on the park, a 10-acre lake with an amphitheater, a splash pad, a dog park, swan pedal boats, movies in the park, food trucks on the regular, and you've got a little big econ state forest and the Cross Seminole Trail for hiking and kayaking. As far as a place to wind down or go out for a drink, you have Oviedo Food Factory Food Hall, Irish 31, and old school staples like Townhouse Restaurant from the 1950s, and Kelly's Homemade Ice Cream, which in my opinion is an Orlando staple. But schools here are the real headline. Seminole County is A-rated, top-rated district in the state, and Haggerty High is regularly called the #1 high school in the county. Median home price around here is $450,000 and is one of the best values on this whole list. And the dead Oviedo Mall is finally being reborn. A roughly $100 million project called the Oasis of Oviedo Marketplace will replace the old Macy's with apartments, senior housing, and a hotel. Though, I'll be honest, it was approved back in 2023, and as of early 2026, it still hasn't even broken ground. So don't move here for that, because if you already live down here, we all know construction takes almost twice as long as it should. My take on Oviedo is that for families that want top-tier schools, a quiet street, and real bang for your buck, and who's okay with trading nightlife for that, this is perfect. If your dream is walking to dinner and a wine bar, skip it. It's pretty car dependent and it gets sleepy after dark. But if you got kids and you want them in great schools without paying Winter Park money, this is a smart buy. Alright, now moving on to number 4, Winter Garden, the best walkable historic downtown in the entire metro. You've got Plant Street Market, a food hall built around Cooker Can Brewing, which offers some of the best food and drinks I've personally ever had. They have smaller restaurants that offer freshly made sushi, pizza, mac and cheese, and pretty nice meat selections. Additionally, the 22-mile West Orange Trail runs right down the middle of downtown, where you can rent a bike for roughly $10 an hour and bike pretty much all around Winter Garden. Now, the catch? Prices have continuously been going up, and Redfin had it about 40% year over year, around $730,000. Though other trackers put the typical home closer to $570K, so verify your specific neighborhood before you move. And the commute to downtown, you ask, is about 20 to 25 minutes off peak, but 40 to 55 minutes in the morning on the 429. Winter Garden is for the family that wants that small town, walk to the brewery, bike the trail lifestyle, and the option of brand new construction out in Horizon West is top tier. Now the question is, who should move here? If you commute downtown every single day at 8 a.m., the West Side Drive will wear on you. And if you want an established, mature neighborhood, the Horizon West Side is still a construction zone with dust and shifting school boundaries. Moving on to number 3 on the list, and it's actually where I personally live, Lake Nona, down southeast by the airport. Lake Nona compared to Winter Garden is the complete opposite. It's the most futuristic place to live in Florida as of 2026. It's anchored by Medical City, 650 acres that the original economic study estimated would create up to 30,000 jobs and roughly $7.6 billion in economic impact within the UCF College of Medicine, Nemours Children's Hospital, and the VA Hospital. The town center has Boxy Park, an entire food and music venue built out of shipping containers with beach volleyball and playgrounds, plus a 6-story light sculpture called the Beacon. The USTA National Campus is here. Locals call it the Disney World of tennis. Over 100 courts, and the family courts are free to play. Laureate Park alone has 44 plus miles of trails, and they run self-driving beep shuttles around town. But as of recent, I honestly haven't seen them at all. Restaurants like Chroma, Park Pizza and Brewing, Bosphorus, and Lakefront Canvas are honestly amazing. Schools in the area are no more than 2 miles apart from each other, and we've got Lake Nona High School, which is an A-rated, North Lake Park Elementary, which is top 10 in the state, and also Lake Nona Middle School. Now, the cost of living here is pricey and confusing. Redfin's Lake Nona median price is around $780,000, but that's misleading. Lake Nona Central starts around $460,000 $600,000 and the estates run over $2 million. So the exact neighborhood you pick swings the price by over 40%. Lake Nona is for the family that wants brand new everything. Recently built homes, modern schools, a wellness and tech lifestyle, and especially anyone working in healthcare or at the airport, this is great. It's the easiest place on this list to live a healthy, active, and modern life. But if you want old oak trees, brick streets, and 100 years of character, this isn't it. It can feel a little master plan perfect, and outside of the town center in Loria Park, it's actually still very car dependent. And one more thing I need to mention, property taxes and HOA fees. If you decide to move into Loria Park, the HOA fees can be roughly $300 to $600 per month. And Lake Nona unfortunately has some of the most expensive property taxes in Orlando. Now, moving on to number 2, Baldwin Park, just northeast of downtown. This is my answer for walkability for people who want to be close to the city. Walk Score rated Baldwin Park a 70 out of 100 in walkability, which is genuinely very walkable, which almost no Orlando neighborhood can say. Baldwin Park was built on the old Orlando Naval Training Center as a true new urbanist city, meaning homes, shops, and schools are all woven together on purpose. The centerpiece is Lake Baldwin, a 2.5-mile loop trail around the water, one of the best off-leash dog parks in Orlando, kayak launches, and the Caddyaway Trail that bikes you all the way to Winter Park. New Broad Street is the village center, Sado Sushi, Colibre Mexican, Vaca Brunch on the weekends, coffee shops, and live music. You get multiple community pools, and the schools are a huge bonus. It's zoned Baldwin Park Elementary, which is an 8 out of 10. Glen Ridge Middle, and Winter Park High School, which has a 98% graduation rate. It's about 4 miles to downtown, which is about a 10 to 15 minute drive. Median prices are high here, somewhere between $739,000 and $878,000. But there are some low price condos you can get into for roughly $400,000 to $500,000, which still places you right in the city center of Baldwin Park. Last but not least, the number 1 on the list, without hesitation, has to be Winter Park. This is the one I typically point most of my clients to. To start off, the walkability. Park Avenue is the best main street in Central Florida, hands down. Brick lined, shaded by century-old oaks, 140 small businesses, and it was literally laid out before cars, so it's walkable by design. You got Central Park right in the middle, 11 acres, fountains, a rose garden, free movie nights, and a Saturday farmers market at the old train depot. The scenic boat tour takes you through the chain of lakes for $19. The culture you can't find anywhere else in Florida. The Morris Museum has the world's biggest Tiffany glass collection, plus Rollins College and Craft Azalea Garden on the water. The food scene here is out of this world. You've got places like Omo by John, which was a 2025 James Beard finalist, and the only chef in Orlando that holds 5 Michelin stars across his restaurant. Prado and the Ravenous Pig are also Michelin listed, and in 2026, it's only getting better, with the Rivieri and the Corner Chop House recently opening. Schools here are some of the best in the entire country. Elementaries like Dome Ridge and the nearby Audubon Park hit a perfect 10 out of 10 on great schools, and Winter Park High School is an A rated. Now onto safety. Crime here is pretty low. Crime grade rates it safer than 73% of the US cities, though like any walkable spot near downtown, you do want to watch out for car break-ins, so I'll keep it honest here. And right now, the city is pouring $8.5 million into Park Avenue's refresh, its biggest streetscape rebuilt since the late 90s, adding safety bollards and new landscaping, with the first phase wrapping up in fall 2026. The median home price is around $619,000, though it varies a lot by source, and the lakefront estates go way higher. Personally, Winter Park is the complete package. Walkability, world-class culture, top-rated schools, real community feel, in a downtown that feels like a European village dropped in Florida. Now, who should skip Winter Park completely? There's 2 things honestly. 1, the price. You pay a premium, and the entry-level homes are smaller, older bungalows, so your dollar buys much less square footage than places like Oviedo or Winter Garden. 2, if you want a brand new built home with a 3-car garage, it's either going to cost you an arm or a leg, or really impossible to find. Most of the people I know looking to move to Winter Park typically will buy and remodel the inside completely. Alright, so my top picks from experience in enjoying all of these places has to be Winter Park, Baldwin Park, and Lake Nona. They are not cheap by all means. So if your budget is under $600,000, these may not work for you, but I made a video just for you. The 5 most affordable cities near Orlando where you can still get great schools and real community for much less. It's right here, so go watch it next, because a couple of these are seriously underrated and have most of the features some of the top picks have. And if you're actually planning to move to Orlando or relocate into a new town in Orlando, go to the description on this video, send me an email, call, or text message, and I'd love to hear your story and get you and your family into a community I know you'll love.